When you're young, every path feels open. You can try things, quit things, start over. There's no real pressure and no permanence. Want to learn guitar? Sure. Change your major again? Why not? Pick up a new hobby? Start a YouTube channel? Move to a new city? There's always time. Or at least that's what it feels like. But somewhere along the way, that openness starts to shrink a little. It doesn't happen all at once, it slowly creeps in on you. That one job you have, that one car, that one relationship. And you realize every yes now carries weight. Every lane you pick closes off others. I don't miss being a kid, but I sometimes miss being uncommitted. I miss having that freedom to be inconsistent. Nobody pulls you aside and tells you that every yes in adulthood quietly becomes a no to 10 other things. Just said yes to a stable job? Well, that's a no to spontaneous travel. Yes to living with your partner? That's a no to living in 5 cities just to see which one fits. Yes to climbing the corporate ladder? That's a no to all your side hustle projects and hobbies that you don't monetize. It isn't like life shouts at you to grow up. It just slowly gives you more to carry until you forget what it was like to feel light. And suddenly your calendar's full, but your curiosity is silent. I spent years building a version of life that used to feel like a dream. I have stability, I've developed real skills, I've even hit a few milestones that younger me would have been proud of. But lately I've really been thinking about the fact that the more solid things become, the less flexible I am. Trying something new means shaking the system. Taking a risk means possibly undoing something that I'm already happy with. And originally I thought the hard part would be finding structure. And I did that, but now it turns out that the hard part is not getting stuck inside that structure that I built for myself. And the funny thing is, I don't feel exhausted, but I sometimes feel more friction in different ways now. The constant push and pull of wanting to try something new, and then knowing that the cost might actually be too high. Not just with money or time, but with my focus, with my stability, with my current momentum, and with my relationships. Every idea ends up running through this mental filter now. Will this mess with my routine? Will it delay the stuff that actually matters? Will it make me look scattered? And more than ever, I am that curious guy, but it's just becoming harder to justify, harder to protect and harder to act on without breaking something else. And honestly, that might be the part that wears me down the most. Back in my teen years and early 20s, no one expected me to be finished. I was supposed to be learning. But now, it feels like I have to have stuff figured out. There's less room to experiment, less space to suck at something. And I miss that. I miss being in beta mode. I miss having 5 side quests and no main storyline. Knowing that this is a bad idea, but who cares? I miss doing things just to see what happens. There's magic in that chaos. And maybe, quote unquote simple, wasn't so childish. Maybe it was actually being tuned in and being present. Back then, I didn't need a productivity system to enjoy an afternoon. I didn't need 5 reasons to try something new. I followed what I felt was exciting and what made me feel alive. And maybe there's something in that simplicity we're meant to carry with us, not actually outgrow. And the truth is, of course, you and I can't go back. I don't know where you are in your current life. Maybe you're actually in that period of life in your early 20s and looking back at your teen years, wishing you could go back to high school. But maybe we can keep carving out room for the things that matter. Space for play, space for curiosity that isn't optimized. Space to be incomplete even in a more committed life. It doesn't take much more than 1 hour a week, one new experiment. And one yes that isn't practical but feels like it's true to ourselves. I read a comment on a recent YouTube video, which was about a guy that knew a guy in college that would try one new hobby every single day for as long as he was in college. And obviously, not many of those hobbies are gonna stick, but that's a really cool way to spice up life, I think. Because I think part of growing up is learning how to protect your younger self's joy. And growing up doesn't mean locking yourself into one lane. In my opinion, it means learning how to carry your curiosity through it, even if things might feel a little heavier now. So if you've been feeling boxed in, burned out, or behind, you're not lost. You're just carrying more than you used to. But the player's still in there, the explorer is still alive, the story isn't over. You just have to find new ways to play again. Last week, I took a motorcycle trip to a place I'd never been. There's no agenda there, just pure curiosity. The route even took me off-road, which I've never done before on a motorbike. It was unfamiliar, a little bit sketchy at times, and that feeling of trying something new just because it called to me. It was really great. So here's my challenge. This week, try one tiny thing you haven't let yourself try. Could be a new class, could be a note, a walk, a new hobby, a call, even if it's all messy. Let it be small, let it be imperfect, let it be something you do totally guilt-free. Because that's where simplicity starts to return. Not in going back, but in making space, right here.